Howdy, stoners. Welcome to another edition of Sticks-n-Stonez. Trying to get everything fixed up here. And unfortunately, I could not get X to connect up. So I'm only live streaming on Rumble and YouTube. But hey, you know, what is a good live stream without some technical difficulties, right? I seem to be fraught with them. So anyway, I have a wonderful pairing today. I am pairing an Alma Fuerte from Plasencia, a Plasencia Alma Fuerte, with Bahnbrecker Slow River Blend Hefeweizen whiskey. I think it's going to be it's an awesome episode. I've paired the Bahnbrecker before quite a while back, as you can tell, and you can tell I do like it. It is a really, really great spirit to be pretty much unknown. It is a Texas whiskey, but we'll get into all of that in just a second. I tried to foray into the political podcasting world, and it didn't work out too well for me personally. I love talking about it, and it was not quite as preparatory as this is, where you have to do all your research, you have to buy cigars, you have to buy whiskey, all this kind of stuff. Pretty much just do a little bit of research and you're ready to go. The problem is that I have found out that it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. There are a slew full of crazy people on both sides. I'm happy the way some of the things are going right now. I'm unhappy about others. I am happier about more things going right now than I was in the last administration. And even though I am not happy with some things that are going on in this administration, they are significantly smaller in number, but bigger in potential ramifications than the last one. The last one was basically a weekend at Bernie's. I mean, really, did you even really see him much of the last month, 6 weeks? No. Anyway, not here to talk politics, but just letting everybody know that, the problem with the political thing was it was entirely too damn stressful. It stressed on my heart because of all the crazy people that you had to deal with. It is crazy at how some of these people act. I don't know. Anyway, let's just get on. Let's get on with the whiskey and cigars, because that will cheer everybody up, right? All right. We'll start off with the Bahnbrecker. This Slow River Blend, the Bahnbrecker company distillery was founded by country music star Randy Rogers, along with his friends Eric Chase, Kerry Schindler, Ash Weininger, Michael Devers, and the industry veteran Steve Lutman down in New Braunfels, Texas, which is just before you get to San Antonio. It's a beautiful part of the state. There's not very many parts that aren't beautiful, but just depends on you. Anyway, this was started. They've probably been in business somewhere around 5 years or so now. I think Bahnbrecker in German. It's actually Bahnbrecker. It means trailblazer in German. Central Texas has a large population of Czech and German heritage that came here in the 1800s. Slow River is billed as a whiskey reminiscent of Hefeweizen beer, which is light, kind of yeasty. German wheat beer often includes like hints of banana. And in its flavor profile, and this is a blend of Texas and Midwestern straight wheat whiskeys with hints of lemon and clove. Okay. The mash bill is kind of an industry secret, but if it's Hefeweizen, it's got a significant amount of whiskey in it. I mean, wheat in it. Go ahead and bottle some up here. Now, this is not a flavored whiskey. All the flavors come from the distillation process. It is whiskey. And it's 40% alcohol by volume, so 80 proof. It's whiskey. As you can tell, if you're watching this on the live stream, it is just a beautiful ripe wheat, kind of light golden color. Maybe even kind of a light honey, for maybe a better description. It's got some pretty decent legs on it, on the nose. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just banana. But that's not it. Banana is probably the predominant aroma that you pick up first, but there's also kind of a conglomeration of more tropical type fruits underneath. Mangoes, papayas, oranges, but it's nothing like specific. It's almost like smelling a fruit salad. It's hard to pick out unless there's something that there's more of it in there than there is anything else. It just smells fruity, right? You also get some hints of kind of like a tree sap, maple sap, not maple flavor, but kind of that sweetness, and then also some vanilla custard. So this is, I'm telling you, this is a really great whiskey, and it is a very budget-friendly whiskey. So on the palate. It's got a really nice, not overly coaty, but a nice, moderately thick viscosity to it on your tongue. It's not too light, but it's not too heavy. I get caramel, vanilla. It's balanced in there with a little bit of like a lemony, citrusy bite, and a little bit of spice. As the drink fades away, you do get a little bit of peppery burn on the tip of your tongue, but the finish is just very, very smooth residual sweetness. It's not like overly sweet like you would have like a flavored whiskey, Apple Crown or something like that. But it's just looks like an explosion of fruitiness and a very nice amount of sweetness to it. This is, like I said, I've paired this before, and I feel like it is a highly underrated whiskey, is my view. Now, I like sweeter whiskeys, and I tend to like more wheated whiskeys. But that just does have a really great flavor profile to it. It's wonderful. Now, on to the Alma Fuerte. This is the Alma Fuerte, Colorado. It is rolled in Nicaragua at the Plasencia Cigar Factory, SA. The wrapper is Nicaraguan Jalapa, Colorado Claro. The binder is Nicaraguan. The filler is Nicaraguan. It is a Puro. This particular stick, the Vitola, is a Robusto Dos. It is 5.1 or 5 1/8 by 55 on the ring gauge. I like the 55s. 60 is about as high as I'll go, and I generally don't go below 50. Right in my sweet spot are the 54, 55s. I like those. They have just enough oomph and heft to them, but they're not just like, wow, this is a lot of cigar to smoke, So that's just my own personal opinion. Now, the Alma Fuerte is a little more expensive. You can pick up a box on wherever you go, Cigars International, JR Cigars, Holt, Thompson, wherever. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of $190 to $200 for a box of 10. So you're looking at between $19 and $20 a stick. These are rolled, regular rolled. They're not box pressed. They actually do have this Alma Fuerte that's in like an octagon press. This is the weirdest looking press cigar I've ever seen, but I love it. It's weird, but it's wonderful. But these are just regular round rolled. Visually, it is a beautiful, beautiful medium brown. It's got impeccable construction, nearly invisible seams, but they're very tight, moderately veined, and most of the veining is not very well pronounced. Only one or maybe two, and then all the others are just very, very lightly veined, the veins are lightly visible. And it does have a little bit of an oily appearance to it, and there could actually be some hints of tooth in there. So we're going to go ahead and get this stick fired up. I'll give you the nose on it here real quick, and then we'll cut it and light it. All right. Oh, and it has a beautiful triple cap. Now on the nose, you can see I hadn't done this in a while, so I'm a little out of the habit. I do get some very, very mild hints of like a barnyard. I also get some fruit and a little bit of a banana-y kind of muted sweetness. Kind of some baking bread or cake baking. And also it's just some very, very light hints of cedar and leather. Now, let's give it a cut, test out the cold draw. I am using my Cassetti multi-cutter. I typically use the V-cut. I'll show you the V-cut in a minute. And then the guillotine that takes off the entire cap. And then this also has the punch. I very rarely use a guillotine. I typically use the V, and then I'll also, on ones that won't fit in a guillotine, like if they're a big box pressed or something like that, then I'll use the punch. It's just not regular guillotine cut. It's just not my thing. I'll do it occasionally, but it's not one that I'm really, it's not what I do all the time. V-cut, that's why it's called that. Cuts a nice little cavern in the backside of the cigar. Let's test out the cold draw. I get some more banana, but I also pick up some really forward hints of leather. Just a touch of pepper and a really nice creamy sweetness to it. Let's go ahead and fire it up because I'm trying to keep this under 30 minutes. I will hold y'all hostage. And y'all don't want to sit here and watch me smoke this cigar from beginning to end. So use my Rocky Patel Envoy 5 torch. You're going to do it right. Okay. Alma Fuerte. This is a really good cigar. Now, I think I've tried now with this one. I think I've tried all of them. Alma Fuerte, Plasencia is not one that they have a whole lot of blends. They stick to their core. It's what they do. You have other manufacturers out there, like especially, people think of Rocky Patel because he's always coming out with new blends. That's just not what Plasencia does. Neither one's right or wrong. It's just the way they do business. And I love Rocky Patel cigars. They're wonderful. Actually, my favorite cigar of all time is the Rocky Patel 60. It is. It's a great cigar. Now on the light, I get some black pepper, just kind of a natural tobacco kind of flavor, not the, super like sweet pipe kind of tobacco, just a natural tobacco. There's some fruit, some more hints of banana, And it's also got, I mentioned there was a little bit of barnyard on the nose. There's a little earthiness in the draw. Try them together. Those really do go very, very well together. The Bahnbrecker is kind of a light whiskey. It's not overpowering, and it allows the palate profile on the cigar to kind of slide on through with it together. So one's not overpowering the other. You're really able to feel the mesh of all the palate flavors coming together, especially tied in with, you get a little banana in the cigar, you get a lot of banana in the whiskey. It's really a great combination as far as I'm concerned. The old time purist of either one, cigars or whiskeys, were probably like, but hey, this thing here, cigars, spirits, all that kind of stuff, it's personal taste and personal preference. What I taste on a cigar may not be what somebody else tastes on a cigar. It's just, to the individual. It's like if you ask somebody if a wall is blue or if it's green, or if it's green or is it gray, you'll get a half a dozen different answers because everybody, it looks a little different too. The same thing with this. There's a little bit of citrus on the retro inhale and just a little bit of pepper. There's also something in there on the retro, I can't put my finger on what it is. I'll have to think on it a bit. And it's about time for my Texas A&M Aggies to kick off their basketball game. Football for them is already over. Well, it was over a long time ago. But basketball, they're playing the Horns Down, the University of Texas Longhorns. They're going to tip off here in about 10 minutes. Right now, we're looking at Pitt and Syracuse. It's a good game, Maybe I need to just stick with the cigars and whiskey thing, forget about the whole political thing. Maybe I should just be interjecting sports while I'm smoking and drinking. I'll tell you about this stuff and I'll tell you what's going on. Like the Commanders, it looks like they're going to be changing in the NFL. They're going to be changing their logo back to the Blackfoot Chief. I forgot what his name is, but they became the Commanders there for a while. They were the Washington football team. Like that makes any sense. But they did it, it was the woke thing. They did away with the Indian on the side. But then people were like, wait a minute. That logo was a painting of an actual Blackfoot Indian chief that was created by a Blackfoot Indian artist. And they're like, oh my God, now we're way woke. We don't know what to do. And so sanity is prevailing, and we're going to go back to the Redskins. Or at least to the logo at some point. Got my jacket on today. It's still a little cool. It's kind of windy and cloudy, but I do have my Sticks-n-Stonez polo on. You need one of those. T-shirt, hat, mug, got it all. There's just a sharpness on the retro inhale that I can't quite put my finger on. I'm usually pretty decent at picking stuff out, but this one is it's kind of I don't know. It's like guerrilla warfare, It's in the shadows. You know it's there, just can't figure out exactly where. I was watching this basketball game last night. And this guy, apparently he was fairly good, but I kept noticing he had a headband on, sweatband, whatever, and he kept tugging at it. And then he got fouled, so he did some foul shots. And he's sitting there and he's adjusting it, and he's got, you know, like dreadlocks, and he's making sure he's primping to take the free throw. Dude, you're on a basketball court. You can play basketball. If you want to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, fine, but we don't need any of that crap on the basketball court. Just get out there and play. And I can say this, we're going to find that NIL money is going to ruin college football. People are like, no, those kids should get paid for playing. Yeah, well, now you've turned them into quasi-pro players. And now that there is the transfer portal, A&M's, they're supposedly picking up a kid that's going to play this next year. He's a junior, so this is his third year. This is his third team. He played one team 1 year, switched to another team the next year, switching to A&M for this coming year. You know, how are you going to be able to have a football program like, and this is probably one of the big reasons why Nick Saban retired, because he could see that you're not going to be able to put together these consistent, long-running championship caliber teams, because kids are going to be jockeying for position, and they're going to be transferring from school to school to school, trying to eke out that little bit of extra money. And now they don't even have to go pro. They could probably make enough in college, live on that. You know, I remember back in the day, your payment for playing football or basketball was your degree. And we don't care nothing about a degree. We just want money. Yeah, I was watching a video this morning of this guy trying to hold the doors of his convenience store shut while this mob was trying to jerk it open so they could come in there and steal everything. We have completely lost our way. And I don't see it getting fixed anytime soon. If nothing else, it's just going to get worse. Back to, I know y'all don't want to hear all this crap, but so back to cigars. You may have seen in one of my feeds, I'm on X, I'm on Insta. I gotta get back on the Insta doing more over there, because that's where my largest base is, and I can't live stream over there. But if this X keeps not working out, I may figure out a way to get Insta on there, because I'd really like to. I got 30,000 followers over there, but I've got a box of Macanudo orange labels. Love that cigar. It's a really great cigar. I got another 5-pack of Aging Room Nicaraguas. Tip of the hat to my buddy Rafael Nodal. I got some Punch and La Gloria Cubana. Can't remember which series it was. I'd have to look again. In other words, the 650 count humidor is starting to get filled. I like it. This is a really, really smooth cigar. You know, it's got the hints of pepper in it, but it's not a spicy cigar at all. It's got just enough in there. And those of you that are watching the live stream, I don't know how clear it is, but those are just some beautiful, beautiful stacks of ash, and they are completely straight up. You know, as you smoke a cigar, you'll notice that the ash may start doing like that. Not these. Straight up. It's a quality made cigar. It's my buddy Tom over at Plasencia. I got to get back together with you, man. I need to find out some more about Plasencia. Hadn't talked to you in a while. I'll tag him on one of these, so I know he'll see it. He sees all my stuff. He's a great guy. He works the DFW area for Plasencia. I did some hookups in some other places like Rocky and Macanudo and, you know, the like. Arturo Fuente, love Fuentes. And I know the purists are going to be all, but I like Drew Estate stuff. I know he does a lot of infused stuff, but I just like the cigars. They smoke really mild. They're great. They got a nice sweetness to them. They go pretty much with any kind of spirit that you want to, you know, have them with. But Plasencia, these are great cigars, well made, smoke great, and this one is no exception. And I mean, I know we're maybe a fourth into it, but there is absolutely nothing to complain about right here. And it does have a very nice burn line to it. I know I touched it up right in the beginning. I think that was my light. You know, it's not that I hear people talk about, oh, it's razor sharp. I don't think I've ever had one that's razor sharp. But this is, to me, that's about as close as you can get. It's got a couple of little waves in it, but to me, that's natural. You know, this is not man-made. This is grown. So. Yeah, if you're kind of you know, new to the cigar world, and this is a really good cigar to start with. It's not overpowering. It's not exceptionally strong, in my opinion. You know, usually people will tell you to kind of stick with the Connecticut leaves, the really light colored wrappers, like an Olive Serio or something like that. But if you wanted to go in and pick up something that was a little more robust and looks a little more when you're smoking it at the cigar lounge, this would be a good one for you. Like I said, it is a little pricey, but it's worth it. It's not a Davidoff. Not that pricey. Man, almost out of time. I really wanted to get to the halfway mark here. And I'm still not, maybe it's kind of a woodiness on the retro. That's that sharp kind of smell, like almost like treated lumber or something like that. Not just like regular cut wood, like the one that's been treated. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't think that's it. This one's got me stumped on that last little note in the retro inhale. Don't like it when that happens. Pitt and Syracuse is a great game, 74-71, and there is 16 seconds left in the second. 75-71. Timeout. 16 seconds will take 5 minutes to play. There is a very good documentary. I think it's on Vizio. That it's a documentary about Bruichladdich. It's actually about the master distiller that turned that distillery around. It had closed, and this guy, I can't remember exactly which distillery he worked for when he retired, but he had retired, and he had been retired for a year or two, and then these people that had the Bruichladdich Scotch distillery over in Scotland came to him and like, hey, can you help us revive this brand? And so he did. And it's really centered around him, but it's, you know, him when he's at the Bruichladdich distillery. And they have a lot of different, you know, a lot of different lines of Scotch. They're an Islay Scotch. That's where the distillery is. And so it's typically smokier and peatier than I prefer, but their classic Lottie, wonderful, wonderful Scotch, wonderful Scotch. And this This documentary is about him and how he managed to turn this distillery around, and in like 2 years they were winning gold medals at the San Francisco Whiskey World, whatever. Let me see, I'm all on top of all this. I'm on top of it enough to know what's going on, not enough to remember it. We're over 30 minutes, but I'm going to give it another 10. I'm just going to try and see if I can get to the halfway, because I'd really like for you all to see if I give you my halfway thoughts. I don't want to give them to you early because things may change by the half, by the time you actually get there. Now, the whiskey's not changing. Whiskey's right on par. Yep. Aggies and the Longhorns are about to tip. They need to cut away from this game. We're at 7 seconds. What have we been talking? We've been talking for like 2 minutes, and we only managed to eat up 9 seconds. Still, straight up and down, beautiful stacks of ash, that nice kind of, there's little flecks of white in it, but it's typically like a gray to black. Awesome cigar. And it has no splits, no pulling, the leaf, the wrapper leaf flaking away, none of that. That's excellent made cigar. Game over. Hit one, and it's their first win in 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Wow. And they're 13-6. All right, A&M. Get on. Beat the hell out of the Longhorns. Saw Rusty's, saw his horns off. Well, I think we're getting about there. We're pretty close to the halfway mark. And I can say that as we've gone on, the kind of the banana notes have fallen away, and that kind of earthiness has moved to the forefront with the that natural tobacco and the fruit, and a little bit of cedar and pepper. That's all kind of slid to the background. It has definitely become more earthy, but it's not a bad thing. But the banana has pulled back. I don't pick up the banana anymore, and it could just be that there's so much banana flavor in the spirit that it's just kind of overshadowed it. But they're still working together extremely well. Well, I'll go ahead and shut this off so y'all can have the rest of your Saturday, and I'll finish it up. And then when I post it on Spotify, the audio, I will post my entire review that includes up to this point and what happens after you left. So go by, take a listen to it again. You may pick up some things that you might have overlooked, not heard exactly right on the first time through. And you can also see what my final is on these two. Be sure to keep tuning in, like, subscribe, share, notify, and all my different social medias. And make sure that you're back here again when I bring you another wonderful pairing. But until then, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.